Okay, well, it's been kind of a long hiatus, and this is actually the second time I'm recording this because we actually did an earlier recording and I lost that. So, I'm actually joined here with someone from the thread, that Violet Sky.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Violet Sky. Nice to meet you all. And we're being attacked by some big cats, I guess, by big robot cats.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played this recording since with all the delays and everything. But I believe these are sort of the basic enemy of the area. I don't think there was a version in the previous area, though I might be wrong. I do know there was a version on the train, which are like the domesticated, weaker versions, and this is more... I think these guys are the more feral versions. Pantherions.
They look really cool, no?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
They look really cool.
Oh, yeah. The visual design in this specific entry, but just franchise in general, has always been very much on point. Now, it's just to remind everyone, because you probably didn't rewatch the previous videos, so they just crash landed after trying to get out of Pulse's underground, and now find themselves a little higher up. But Pulse is like a big, inverse world cocoon place. I called it Pulse. Sorry, they're in Cocoon. Cocoon is big inverse world, so they're just a little closer to the center.
Oh, forget it.
And of course, they're having their classic everyone falls apart moment because I don't know. This game does a lot of splitting up.
I think.
Yeah, these people don't really get along well at this point. I mean, they're all kind of stuck together, I guess. And of course, the whole brand did not help. And let's see.
Come on.
Yeah,
Let's get going.
I mean, well, it wasn't like they were ever the. It wasn't like they knew each other before this happened, and they meet, under those circumstances.
There's no escape. That Seath clock. It's still a
So, what is your familiarity, by the way,
You give up
with
too easy,
the
man.
franchise, or at least this entry?
I first heard of it when I played Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
kid like you.
You know that game, that mobile game?
No, I don't really play mobile games.
And then of course I heard it plainly from everywhere, of course, because
I guess we can be.
this game was everywhere at around 2010 or early
You ready?
early 2010s, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it was the first multi-platform Final Fantasy, I think, did kind of propel it a little bit. There was a general increased interest, I think. Because a lot of people who didn't have the consoles before to play the prior entries now could. Yeah, because Final Fantasy has a bit of a weird history with that. Started on Nintendo, went to Sony, now it's everywhere. Even on mobile, I guess. I did a little test. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep. I was gonna say something just rolled down the bridge and the bridge broke.
Yeah, the funny thing about that, you might notice I was trying to actually walk on the bridge just to see if you can, but the game puts a little invisible wall to stop any fuckery with that.
And now we're back to the beach.
Yep, the few days before, what was it? I think it is 13 days because of the, love of numbers. Before the events of the original game gets a lot of flashbacks. I don't remember what day this was in, actually. Well, I guess we'll find out in a second. They love to do overlays.
This is a really pretty place, though.
Oh yeah, the visual design, I always felt... Oh, I said it earlier. But this game, I think one thing that was underappreciated when this launched is just how colorful this game was in comparison to a lot of the AAA entries. Oh, it's day 11. A lot of the AAA entries at the time.
A lot of the AAA stuff is way too brown. I didn't like it back then. I don't like it now.
Yeah, there was well, it was like that. It was also because it was a big era of shooters, which I liked shooters, but this whole realism thing pushed everything to like only use earth colors, and not exactly the most pleasant earth
Pushing
colors.
on fireworks, were you? And you call yourself a soldier? Ah,
Sorry, Lieutenant. But I really don't think guard duty is my calling, sir.
well, lucky for you, your shift just ended. Pack it up and go home.
But, sir...
I want to work more.
SciComm found something in the vest.
Ah, yes. The classic workaholic
The
trope.
Guardian Corps here stepping on their toes.
So I forget, I don't know if I mentioned this in the original, recording, but there are multiple factions in the military. The Guardian Corps are kind of police, whereas SciComm is closer to military.
More incident than accident. Something pulse-related.
You're taking tomorrow off?
Sir, for my birthday, sir.
Of course, the everyone's birthday. Nothing will go on there, I guess.
21.
Yeah, that was the 12th day, so I'm pretty sure the birthday is when she would be right when everything starts to kick off.
For officer training.
Lieutenant.
You're past due for a promotion, Farron. Think of your sister.
Have I mentioned that Lightning isn't her real name? I think they brought up her real name is Claire Farron.
SciComm business, you mean?
Yeah, I think I've heard of that, like in Record Keeper or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Look at that one.
Yeah. Well, I just mean the recording itself, but Lightning's just her nickname, if I remember correctly.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but why Lightning or why nickname for that matter?
My nickname?
Just you.
Yes.
I don't remember.
For now, I guess. Should we wait?
Like I said, I recorded this a while ago, and I actually haven't touched the game since then. Since I haven't, I'm not even, I wasn't sure this thing was ever going to continue, so I haven't even recorded the next chapter yet. I just have Chapter 4, Part 1, and Part 2 ready. So of course, you probably guessed from the video title, this would just be the first part, and then, gotta edit, and then we'll record Part 2. But yeah, I'm only mentioning that because it's been so long since one of these videos came out. I think about 6 months, actually, to be honest.
Good on you.
Now, I forgot to ask, did you ever play... you might have said it, but I might have missed it, because we haven't talked too much before this recording. Have you ever specifically played 13, though?
I have. And I did platinum it too on Steam.
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
Steam equivalent is.
So platinum it, what do you have to do to platinum it, actually? Is there, I guess you have to do all the quests in Chapter 11.
And you have to collect every weapon and accessory in the game.
Oh my god.
I know. I did it because I have no life.
I can't. Aren't some of them missable?
Yes.
So you... Oof. Alright then, I mean, that's how you want to spend your day, I guess. Your week.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see if I could do it, and I did.
I don't remember why I kept this in. I bet if I checked the original recording, I could see. But yep, we're now back in gameplay, and God, it's been so long. I wonder if I can remember any of the strategies I was employing back then. I remember this area being pretty easy until we get to the dancing guys. And I remember that taking a little while.
Yeah, those are pretty hard.
And then, of course, the boss fight of this area, I think, is one of the first big difficulty spikes of the game, but we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah. And there's one other part later on that's a bit difficult.
You talking about the forest boss?
Yeah, I'm talking about a certain event in the game. I don't know if I
Okay.
should say it or...
I guess it's probably on the safer side not to mention, just in case it's a big spoiler. Though I don't think anyone watching these videos have not played FF13 before, because we're not not big LP. Well, I'm not a big LPer, and honestly, who would be watching an FF13 video in Year of Our Lord 2023 unless they're either an apologist or like watching it get ripped apart, which means those guys probably tuned out already.
Here we have a lot of cats.
Ah, yeah. Well, oh yeah, the big glowing cats. Well, like I said, they're pretty easy. Most of these fights are going to be kind of just a breeze to get through. And though then again, I take such defensive, slow-ass strats with this. So wait, you platinumed it. So, what'd you think of the game? Because I don't know if I have your opinion on it.
I kind of like the game, but the end game, the post game, it's really a drag. And I mean, I liked it up until chapter 8 or so. I mean, chapter 8 was when it kind of started going downhill. And
I don't remember what happened in chapter 8, but I do remember around the end that things became a bit of a drag.
yeah.
Well, I feel like I definitely remember the last leg of the game being such a bit of a trial, because there became a point when it was very clear that they just wanted to make sure you got your challenge bucks out of the combat system, and they just keep throwing shit at you just for the sake of having a big battle. None of it even matters anymore for the story.
Yeah, there's one chapter where it's like, okay, when are we gonna get to the good parts? Because I heard there was a good part where you can go open world. I want to get to that, but it was like a big slog and like chapter 10.
Stay
It
sharp.
was like right before the good part.
What, did I just straight up die?
I can't stop.
Why did I leave my deafen? Well, that didn't happen. Why did I leave that in?
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it never happened. It does give away how easy this game is if you die, though. I mean, and I actually do appreciate that, because sometimes I think we equate difficulty with wasting people's time. Like, oh, it's really difficult, you know, you have to redo the whole section every time you die, and it's like, when I was younger, I didn't care as much when I had all the time in the world, but now that I'm like 30, it's more like, yeah, no, I'd rather not just have to redo the same shit 1,000 times just to win, just to beat this game. You know, if I want to replay the section, I will, but forcing me to just makes it boring.
Yeah, I get that. And a lot of battles are like the same. Like oh, we fought the same big cats. Now we're fighting these guys again.
Yeah, it's a pretty common thing with JRPGs, a lot of fodder. I think even in the original video I was asking the thread if I should start cutting these battles out, starting in Chapter 5. Wouldn't be hard to do. Would make them, probably cut them in half, to be honest. Though it would result in the game mainly just being people walking around and then walking into monsters and then just walking back out. Because there's a question of how much can you cut out before it isn't even really showing the game anymore. I guess that's why back in the day SA had a rule you couldn't do video LPs of JRPGs, you know, screenshot only. But, you know, I mean, God. I mean, where would you even host the screenshots anymore? Imgur's fucking nuking their site, too.
Yeah, how long ago was that? I mean, like, back in decades ago? Like,
oh, screenshot LPs? I don't think it...
No,
I think it was...
that rule.
The what rule?
The no video LP rule, I guess.
Oh, yeah. That, I would say... I think it was when Slow Beef was still mod, so I think that was about...
So, about 2011, 2010, 2012?
I think that's about right.
It was when this game came out.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I want to say, yeah, somewhere around 2012 to 2013. I mean, that was also when there was a rule that there was no Pokemon LPs allowed on the site.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
And you know, I liked a lot of LP Slow Beef did, but it is one of those things where You did not predict the future of video entertainment that well.
Well, I mean, Goons, the Goons have always been bad about predicting the future, really.
Yeah, you know. Oh, I don't know where I should go with that joke because there's options, but a lot of them are bad.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. You know, like tying themselves to a dead website.
Yep.
Why did I keep these cuts? Oh, I think these cuts were actually the game crashing. But, because I remember the game crashed at least once during this recording. Which I think was actually my fault for putting in some mods, because I don't know if I forget if this was the video where I did it, but I did put in some mods to increase the quality of the character models. So, I think I remember this crashing because I fucked something up at least once. Though that could be in part 2. Because, I mean, mods for this game are pretty bare bones. They're your kind of, you know, like any game without mod tools, they're mostly just skins. Oh, these guys are such a pain in the ass to fight, by the way.
Oh,
Because-
yeah. Nothing with two.
Well, you know, they want you to really use the stagger meter for these guys, but, you know, using the stagger meter means every fight against these guys are going to be slow as hell. And I know a few times I get in a bad situation where I don't manage to stagger them first. And the whole thing just becomes the sloggiest slog. Actually, because the whole thing about it, you know, I mean, I'm sure we went over this in a previous video, is if you want to build a stagger meter, you really got to use this mixture between physical and magic. Magic increases the stagger meter very high, very fast, but it'll drop fast, and then melee stops the stagger meter from going up, but it keeps it, doesn't move it up too much on its own. And so it creates this, you know, dynamic where when you're just fighting a pulse work soldier on your own, it feels like busy work because you're just trying to get that meter up. It is more interesting, though, in a lot of the different combinations because stagger is very important. Like in the boss in the next chapter, Chapter 5, I remember when I first played the game that boss was like a humongous roadblock for me. And I know stagger was vital for me finally beating it.
Guess we have to go back.
Seems like we hit a dead end.
Mm-hmm. I then remember I was trying to also go a little slower to try to get more of that incidental dialogue in. Never been a big fan of missable dialogue. That's become really common since text boxes went away. And as someone who's like a completionist junkie when it comes to story,
Oh,
I hate
yeah.
that.
What do you think? You know where you're going, right?
I've been here on missions before.
Missions. Nothing to do with the Purge, though.
The Purge is SciComm's baby.
I'm a different kind of
Our military is
fascist.
split into two
Oh, yes.
the Public Security and Intelligence Command, known as
Oh, I
SciComm,
forgot they actually explained it in this
and the
video.
Guardian Corps. I was Guardian Corps, Bodum Security.
You know, it is actually weird that Claire
Wait, but I don't get it.
felt the need to explain that to
You're not
someone who
SciComm,
lives
then why
here.
did you board the train?
Like,
For Sarah.
it feels like you know the police and the army are two different entities. Like, someone doesn't have to tell that to you.
Oh, and now we're here at day 13.
Yeah, this is basically, I think, when everything started, because it's when they're getting on the train.
Attention, Purge deportees. Follow
So if this was Final Fantasy 15, would they, like, try to invent 2 extra days
personal belongings will
just
be
to make the
returned
number thing
upon
work?
arrival.
Probably.
On day 14, Lightning got a sandwich. I don't know. It's weird to try to hit the numbers that hard. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That they just straight gun people down the streets.
Oh, yeah, so wait. Are the people going into that pod to get chains into the jail clothes, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's like a processing center.
So direct me. Let me on. I want to be purged.
They had to know something was up, right?
Yeah.
Only Siths get purged.
Sanctum staff and soldiers are exempt. Huh?
Then I quit.
So wait, by the logic, would Sarah be okay not to get purged? Because Sarah's, I mean, family, so would she
You
be
know-
okay not?
You know, I don't know if they ever do explain if that rule extends to family, but chances are the answer is yes, because usually that whole your soldiers eat first way of keeping the fascist arm in line with the government does extend to families, since if it wouldn't,
You want
the
quiet?
whole trick doesn't
You
work.
better take the next train.
Because, I mean, the whole trick is, you let the fascists, enforcers, get first dibs on things so that they don't care that
I had to rescue Sarah.
they're not getting all of the
Best to
things,
keep
if that
close
makes sense.
And out of my reach. My only chance to save her.
Like, you give them a little bit of power to make those shitheads kind of enjoy themselves, and then, you don't go further.
You're telling me you got on that train so you could save your sister?
God, there's gonna be so many Discord notifications in my audio,
That's
because
crazy.
everyone is sending me messages. Unless I don't think I'm actually picking up
It's not a
desktop
question
audio,
of
so
can
maybe
or
not,
can't.
but still.
There are some things in life you just do.
Easy for someone like you to say. Lightning!
And lightning abandons hope.
Oh, so just climb up the wall. No way, Hope can't do that because he's just a little kid, you know.
I mean, yeah, but he also does all the jumps the other characters do in the game, so, like, why can't he do that?
She left me.
Also, I do like how you could see the shadow of the treasure chest just floating there.
What are you up to? Hey!
What?
Wait up!
Okay, the birds just block things. It's like,
Well, Saz is too old to be, Vanille's like, what, I think 19?
yeah,
Or-
still kind of legal in a sense, but
Yeah. Quite a bit of an age gap.
yeah.
Besides that, they have more of, I think, almost, I think Saz ends up taking a very strong parental role in the group. And, yeah, so on that, on these sort of, tutorial message, the first was on the new role of Synergist. So that is basically your boost, all about buffs. That's going to become very important, because that now means combat's going to get a little bit harder, because they're now assuming you can buff yourself. And then, without the use of items. And then the second one is mentioning that enemies might attack other enemies.
I really like the design of the Mysterium.
Oh yeah, well, it's very visually appealing. It's also, I gotta say, a little less intimidating than the sphere grid, because I think one mistake they did with the sphere grid is they probably shouldn't have shown you the entire sphere grid the way they did.
Yeah,
It makes it...
Yeah, the spirit grid was way too samey, I guess.
Well, a little bit, though they did make it a little bit better in international release. I just meant more just giving someone that huge board.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being intimidated with it as a child. Though I will say one thing that is nice about the sphere grid, which this could be better, is with the Crystarium, is that the Crystarium is way more linear. Now, admittedly, the sphere grid was pretty linear for most of the game, but once it opened up, it was great, but I don't think the Crystarium ever really fully opens up. You get eventually access to more classes, but, I wouldn't say it opens up in that same way.
Running's out of the question.
Now, this is the
but
three...
this fight.
Well, this is a good example of the freeway battles, because since Pulse, the Pulsework soldiers are being attacked by Cocoon robots.
Follow the old man's lead.
me!
I really do like using yin and yang a lot.
Thanks, Vanille!
I wonder how these I wonder how magic works with the gun. I mean, you just fire magic out of your gun.
Huh. Well, I never really thought about it. I think he's throwing it out of his hands. Look, when he does magic, he doesn't use his guns. See, he's actually throwing it out of his hands. Yeah. I mean, I think technically the idea is they're shooting it out of the C mark, but you know,
But
yeah, because he's going from his
right on his chest, I guess.
Yeah,
and Vanille's is on her. Well, Vanille is somewhere anime place, I guess. Like,
well, it's on her outer thigh, but I have to check. I'll look to see when she does magic. Is she touching her thigh? Because that would be where she would touch if it was coming right out of the C mark.
Here we go. Whoa!
whoa, that's a big thing, I
I
guess.
knew that would happen.
I don't know what it was.
Some kind of battery, I think? Or, who knows? This is a big ship graveyard from the war. I think if I remember correctly, the idea is that all the tech kind of just got abandoned here to be sort of scavenged as they could. Since after the war, they didn't really have anything else to do with it. No, it's just coming out of our hand. I guess they all just fire the magic out of their hands.
So I guess magic comes from your brand and then it comes out of your hands somehow.
Well, I guess it kind of does fit into the trope, because I think in most Final Fantasies, magic is never cast with like wands or staffs. I think it's usually just straight out of someone's hand in most animations, at least since Final Fantasy VII.
And Vanille's about to die.
I think Vanille's fucking dead, actually.
Well,
Actually, am I gonna die? Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember, and I'm surprised I didn't cut out my deaths, so we'll see. You know, actually, in the intervening time from when I recorded this and now, there actually has been a game that's come out which takes some lessons from 13 in the best way. It's called Chained Echoes.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it uses kind of some stuff about it reminds me of 13. And, just a good game. I just wanted to mention it, because if you like SNES era RPGs, you would love it.
Oh, I've been meaning to play that, but I got too much games to play and too much backlog, I guess.
Oh, so you have a Steam account then?
Yes. I still need to play Final Fantasy 14 as well. I need to get on that. I mean, I'm already at
You mean the free to play game that allows you to play up to level 50 for free? The new hot MMO? I don't actually remember the meme. I don't know. It was just a meme because there were so many ad reads, right?
Yes. And plus with like during lockdown, I guess. And of course the servers were constantly going down.
Have you heard of the critically acclaimed Memorphiger Final Fantasy XIV? With an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn, and the award-winning Heavensward expansion up to level 60 for free, with no restrictions on playtime.
I think I could play up to Stormblood, I think, or is that next patch? I don't know.
Oh, what was that?
I think I could play up to Stormblood.
Oh, I've never played 14. I actually have no idea how any of it works. Actually, wait, I might have played 14, but maybe just briefly. I don't remember getting, like, that into it. I always had issues getting into Memorphigers.
Because of time?
Oh, you cut out. What'd you say?
Because of time?
Oh, time. Oh, you didn't cut out. Not time. I think it's... I don't know. I have trouble getting grabbed in them a little bit because Memorphigers...
Didn't even have to ask.
There's so many people running around doing the exact same thing you're doing that sometimes it can very easily break any illusion of the world being real, because it seems like every quest giver is giving out the exact same quest to anyone who's just standing next to them. I know they do use instances and other such manners to try to hide that better nowadays. Like a dungeon will be a separate instance for each player or player group. But
Piece of cake.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
that's when you use your Matt's instant.
I guess. It's a weird thing to say, because I play so many tabletop RPGs, run them, and even make them, but for some reason, the illusion for Memorphigers just don't work. Easier for me to just walk around pretending with a pen and paper, I guess. Though I did really want to, because I'm a huge Star Wars nut, I really wanted to get into the Old Republic, but I never did. And I've made a humongous mistake, and I can already see the mistake I made. I focused on the Vectron instead of fighting the Pulsework soldiers.
Oh no.
This fight is going to take forever now.
So, which part of Star Wars does this wind you up? I mean,
What part of Star Wars? A lot of Final Fantasy rips off Star Wars. I don't know how much I would say was in 13 though. I feel like we just had the speeder, starship race, but other than that, I'll have to pay attention. I mean, there should be a Biggs and Wedge somewhere in the game if we haven't already seen them.
I think you're on board, where snow is, and, right? Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
I think you're where snow and fame right now, I mean, hopefully.
Biggs and Wedge?
Yeah. I think I remember them being there.
Okay. Wait, have we gone... I can't remember where we were with the story yet, but I guess we'll see.
No, at the end of chapter 3, Snow and Fane, they go on the big, they get captured by the Psychon guys, and at the end of chapter 3, Snow gets captured by the Psychon, goes on and then he meets Fane, and that's where it all ends.
Gotcha. Alright, so that's where we're at. Nah, it's just been months, so I actually forgot that we already got to that point. Oh boy, down to one Pulsework soldier and one lion. I feel like I can do my taxes in the time it took for this battle to finish.
Yeah, me too.
You, from the United States or Canada?
No,
or
Canada.
England? Ah, I see. Oh, so, so considering it's August, it must only be, 40 degrees there right now.
Nah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Instead of the normal -30. Actually, I guess it depends. Sorry?
Actually, where I live, in Vancouver, it's not too bad. Just a lot of rain.
I never know, because when I used to live in Binghamton, there was just, it would get really cold there all the time, and I always just thought if it gets colder the norther you get, the more north you get, then I can't imagine what fucking Quebec is like.
Where's Binghamton at again?
Upstate New York.
Somewhere around there, so... Close to Ontario, then. Or Quebec, or...
Oh, I wouldn't know. It's nearby Syracuse.
Yeah, I don't know half the places in the U.S. are, so.
I mean, the thing is, too, since the border is not even, it's also possible that Binghamton is farther north than your part of Canada. I don't know where Vancouver is.
Vancouver's right near Seattle, or close to the border, where.
Got left behind, huh?
Leave me
So
alone.
maybe it's
Hey.
more down south, because I know it does cave
This is
upward
pointless. Can't keep up.
when they get to the
Get
East
home.
Coast for some reason.
It's over for me.
It's not over.
I mean, the border
We're
with
heading home.
between the United States and Canada is kind of
Don't
weird,
have
too.
one. Now that
You know, there was
Mapi-
an entire war that almost started
What about
because some
your dad?
grandstander on an island fought over the tiniest little island between Canada and the United States and almost started a war between the two.
Oh, when was this? I don't really remember.
I mean, like the 1700s.
Oh, I don't really remember. I mean, I have a degree in history, but I don't know that part. I mean,
Oh, it's a pretty small event. I mean, the war never really... It could have started a war, but it was really just two grandstanding admirals having a pissing contest that ultimately went nowhere because cooler heads prevailed in the end. But it was kind of a little freak out because
Really? That's for little
one of them was willing to commit treason and start the war on their own, and like that would until his CEO showed up and was like, "No, no, you're not gonna start a war." And all the men listen to me now.
Why? It's better like
We're not going to
this.
war with
We don't
Canada.
need it.
speaking of going to war,
That night,
yep.
they found the
Oh,
thousands
Peter's
of
dad
dead
for some
in the
reason.
station.
I don't know
The
why.
next day, soldiers sealed off the town, and we couldn't get back to Palom, Poland.
Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, speaking of going off to war, Peter's dad for
Forced us
some
onto
reason,
the train with everyone else.
and I don't know why,
My mom,
but
she was frantic. She
I
wanted
don't
to
know.
get
That's
us home.
that's a pretty big event for a 14-year-old, I guess.
She got tricked by Snow. He used her.
He has a lot of trouble. I
Let's
mean,
get you home, okay? Your dad's
here's the
gotta
thing.
be worried.
I feel like the fandom's
Let
too
him
mean
work.
on Snow. Sorry,
Why should
on
I care?
Hope also on
He
Snow.
does.
Yeah, me too. He's only a little kid. I mean,
Yeah, and his mom just died, so he's blaming the
Yeah,
person
nothing
who
to forget.
convinced her to fight. But I feel like it also can't be ignored that if Snow didn't do
Come
anything,
with me. Okay?
your mother would have still died on Pulse. So, like,
This ought to do it.
yeah, I mean, I think we all would have died on Pulse, really. I mean, they just got sent to like Pulse with them, and they're yelling at them, but no food,
got time.
no water, and they don't.
Get you back
And
home.
I bet most of them don't even know how to
Dad'll be
survive
happy to
on
see you.
wilderness like that.
I mean, not to bring in an actual real world tragedy, so I'm going to try to allude to it without saying its name. But due to some bad shit that's happened in history, we do know if you grab a bunch of people from the cities and try to force them to live, like in farmlands, a lot of people just end up dying.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah. It's just, you know, they don't, you know, and vice versa, because no one knows how to survive in that new environment. And you do it en masse, it just causes problems. You know, but maybe forced relocation is just a bad idea in general. We are starting to see this, the Crystarium, it does seem, in hindsight, the Crystarium is getting a little bit more dynamic now that we are getting some more roles per character, and so there is a little bit more choice.
Time to get serious.
3 people in our party. This is shockingly rare in the game.
For now at least.
You're right, for now at least. It doesn't last, you're not wrong. You ever, how should I broach this? So, you played Final Fantasy on mobile, you played 13 and Platinumed it, but how big of an RPG are you?
I'm a pretty big fan. First of all, I played Final Fantasy VI back when I was 14 on an emulator.
Mhm.
And then I played all the SNES and SNES ones on emulator. And then I got a Switch, so I got 10 on on Twitch there. I got 7 on Twitch. Still haven't played that.
On Switch, I wonder if it's gonna lag a little bit. Though I do understand buying them for Switch though, because I was thinking about buying. I bought 8 for Switch, just because any of the ones that have a lot of bullshit, it is nice to be able to walk around with it. I think.
Yeah, I don't have a Steam Deck yet. I was planning on getting it soon, but I don't know. It's either that or a PS5, so I don't know.
I haven't considered either. I haven't bought anything since the last gen of consoles. Because I've kind of, I don't know, I'm not as much of a gamer as I used to be, and it's hard to justify buying a console, especially when I have a decent computer and exclusives just aren't a thing anymore.
I don't know.
Oh, and this is me desperately trying to sneak attack this guy.
Well,
Okay,
we sure are hoping. We sure are.
Yeah, I don't think they allow you to sneak attack this guy. I think it's like literally impossible. And then I'm like, I still touched your back, and no, it doesn't count.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan, so I had to buy a Switch.
Ah, I like Nintendo. You know, well, at least when it comes to their products. Business, you know, other story. You know, they sued that guy into permanent property and shit. Why am I just buffing everyone? Why did I feel this was necessary?
I don't know. I mean, it's not a hard fight at all.
What the hell am I doing? Was I trying to show off the synergist role? I think that might have been what I was trying to show off, is all the abilities. But I'm not really sure why I chose this fighter to do it in the most painful way possible. I mean, this guy's fucked. He's not that powerful of a bad guy. He has massive debuffs. And I'm coming in with, why am I using Try Disaster? It'll go high, but it won't stay high long enough.
Because you need to get into commando role, my guy, or my girl, or.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was planning there. Yeah, you know what, game? You're right. That was a one-star fight there for sure. You know, I will accept that moniker. No, these guys are a pain. I don't remember why.
Just as I was getting used to things.
I always get confused and think their hair is their face, and I miss the fact that it's just their hair. Because it looks like a bird beak, but it's just their hair.
I wonder why the demons in this game are like birds, I guess.
I think their side profile is supposed to look like birds. And they do have kind of like a bird face, but their hair also looks like a big face.
Hold it together.
I do like the solid gold gun Saz has. I forget which model it is, but it's a nice skin.
Yep. Yeah, it looks pretty rad.
You know, normally back in the day, that's something you would usually unlock after beating it, is your main character gets golden weapons. As a matter of fact, that's literally what Ratchet and Clank did.
Didn't also Borderlands do that? I mean, I can't remember.
I never played Borderlands 2, only Borderlands 1.
No, Borderlands, I mean.
Oh, sorry, wait, what?
No, GoldenEye, I mean.
GoldenEye. Oh, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Golden Gun. I only played GoldenEye in a tournament for no reason. They were just hosting a tournament and I decided to join. Got second place, actually.
From Pulse.
Did pretty well.
You mean they made it this far?
Of course not. Not during the war, and not since. They might have tried.
So why is it here then?
Into Cocoon. They only damaged the outer rim. Then the Sanctum's Fal'Cie.
I think I remember correctly. I think it's because this is where they left everything.
What, you sleep through history?
Because I think that's what he's basically saying, like,
What's a ship from
oh no, they're gonna tell us right now.
Once the war was over, people couldn't live near the rim anymore, in places like the Hanging Edge. So the Foul Sea, they gathered up scrap from Pulse and used it for rebuilding here. This is what was left. A bunch of garbage.
Okay.
Who'd have thunk? A post-Foul Sea and who knows what mixed in with all the trash.
It really isn't that surprising when you think about it. Like,
Who'd have thunk?
you're just grabbing things from the other world and just dumping them here. Yeah, maybe something dangerous was inside.
I'm gonna go peek ahead.
Yeah, maybe that's what he found in the Foul Sea. Who
Do me
knows?
a favor. Stop wandering off and stay where I can keep my eye on you.
Yeah, maybe that's where all these guys came from.
I think that is where most of these guys came from, and that's why there's random cocoon robots attacking. I think it's kind of like the cocoon bots are fighting them which means there's got to be tons of them if they're still stragglers, and it's been hundreds of years.
I mean, wouldn't some of them like stop operating after a while?
Yeah, the Pulsework soldiers are still moving along, so they must have built them pretty well. You know, they used to build stuff to last.
Of course, back in the old days.
Back when I was a kid, all candy was made out of chalk. And we were happy with the chalk. Or that line in Halo, all we had when I was a Marine, all we had was a rock, and we had to share the rock. In a way, this area is a little bit more visually repetitive, closer to how a lot of games looked at the time. Because now I think about it, since we are in this ship graveyard, unlike the previous, beautiful ice area, this place is mostly earth colors and grays. Though it fits, and of course there's a lot of levels that aren't like that. But this was how all games looked back then. As a matter of fact, this is still more colorful than those games looked. Actually, is it, well, I know Fortnite's colorful, so I know a lot of big games have remembered the color wheel exists.
Yeah, I mean, the last area was really nice, but this area is kind of brown and boring.
Yeah. I guess, junkyard and all that, but, I would have preferred when one of the big little breaths of fresh air is the color, taking it away is noticeable.
And now you're Surgeons again. For some reason.
Oh my god, am I doing that again? Oh my god, I am. Why did I do this?
I appreciate it.
Stop. Why am I doing this? Because I'm realizing I must have done this in other battles. I really, really hope I didn't do this every time.
I think that's the second time I noticed it.
Yeah, well, I think it was the second time I did it. But I mean with Pulsework soldiers, because I don't think we fought one in a while. I think that might be what I started doing. Well, probably not with this one, because I'm going to get a preemptive strike.
Oh yeah, this fight. I remember this fight.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because it's really hard, like, with your characters right now, because they don't really have a strong commander, I guess. All you have are these few little kids. This one guy.
I think you're right. I think I actually might die in this fight. I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't see how I could die right now, but...
Wait, hasn't Taz unlocked the commander role yet? Or is it not just something else?
Oh, Saz does have a commando role, I think. I'm pretty sure. I know he has synergies. I could just be playing the game terribly. Overly turtling. And not really, and just trying to spam the stagger gauge. So, what do you think of the characters? Because I'm trying to pick your brain a little bit.
I like the characters, but I'm just saying right now, yep, Saz is my favorite so far, and Vanille.
Yeah, I feel like they are pretty nice little, well, I don't know, Vanille I feel like is a little meh at this point in the story, but I can definitely see why you like Saz.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have the funny old guy in the JRPG activities.
Yeah, the I'm too old for this shit character. Oh, hope is down.
Oh, we
I think
have
this
no
might...
hope.
Yeah, we have no hope left. I am pretty sure this might actually be the fight where I died.
Oh yeah, probably this one. Well, yeah, this one mostly.
I mean, am I gonna pull it out by turtling?
And of course, I don't think nobody has raised yet, or...
No, definitely not. No, you're still dependent on Phoenix Downs right now. You know, if you fall behind in leveling, I think enemies respawn so you can grind. Actually, it's really hard to fall behind on leveling in this game because there's a lot of XP share.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Vanille for reasons we'll get into later, like much later, and also I think Saz's voice acting did a pretty good job at least.
Oh, I'd agree. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I said, Vanille's not the best in the story right now because she's mostly an enigma, but yeah, there are some good elements that come up later.
I mean, I think people really hate on Vanille way too much. I mean, she's supposed to be kind of annoying on purpose right now, but that's because we don't know much about her yet. I mean, and I think we died.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping if I didn't say nothing, no one would notice. But yeah, this was the fight where I got my ass beat. Let's see how round 2 goes. Hopefully I can stop these dancers. You know, I wonder, what were they visually supposed to be designed about?
Yeah, that's what I wondered, because why no demons can be like any kind of thing, I guess, because it depends on the culture, but... Because right now we have games like SMT, like Incubus as well. We've all seen the Incubus, right?
No, I haven't. The SMT Incubus? Let me see. It's a male succubus. I don't know, that just looks like a little demon guy. Oh, I see.
Yeah. I can see why they didn't want to go back to this game.
Well, you know, they aren't necessarily going for demons, but yeah, their monsters could be anything. Though,
but it's strange.
I think Final Fantasy does. I mean, this game maybe not so much, but I feel like Final Fantasy makes some original monsters, but they do like some old favorites they like to go back to every so often.
It's strange. I wonder what culture this is based on because I never really have seen such a thing before. Like maybe it's like a like Inca or Maya. I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm generally curious myself because it's kind of interesting robe design they got going on with that headdress.
And good night.
Come on, am I gonna pull it out? I mean, I think the answer is yes. I feel like I overly prepared with all these buffs.
Yeah, because it's got a bird face, some sort of wings, I guess. It kind of reminds you of a kimono actually, or
A what?
a kimono. Those little wings he has.
Hmm. Yeah, I see what you mean with the long flowing sleeves. Wow, 0 stars? Ouch. It is funny that systems where you get stuff based on how quickly you win the fight means that challenging fun fights gets you the less stuff. So I do think
See, he doesn't have Commander yet.
Nope, I did not. So,
That's later in the chapter.
oh, wait, that means yeah, I don't have a commander at all in this party.
Yeah, see, that's why the fights are so hard.
And that's why I'm like spamming all the Ravagers, because it's literally all I have. They should have thought of a different acronym for Casterium points.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't know if that's still an internet way of referring to that.
Oh,
but,
it is. Believe me.
Okay. The way you said that.
Well, because I have cerebral palsy, and of course the acronym for that is TP, so I'm going to tell people not to refer to cerebral palsy as TP because that's going to be real bad for everyone involved.
Gotcha. But, what was I thinking? You know, I mean, I swear there's another game where the acronym is PP. Like,
Oh, yes. Pokemon.
What was that?
Pokemon, I think.
Oh, you're right. Pokemon uses PP. You know, I understand it's a different language, but it's just it's childishly funny
Yeah.
that the Pokemon use their PP to hurt each other.
You know, these Incubus kind of remind me of a Pokemon. Like, I think it's called like Oricoko, I think it is.
Oricoko.
Yeah.
Why? Let's see. I'll big Google that. Oricoko.
Yeah. Try to look for the purple one, I guess.
Okay.
Or the blue one.
Oh, because it's a dancing bird?
Yes.
I mean, I guess thematically, I don't know if I see it visually too much. What does Oricoko evolve into?
It doesn't. It's a single evolution.
And it has Pom-Pom style, Pow style, and Sensu style.
Oh yeah, Senju's the one.
And so is that like that's a thing now with Pokemon that they probably should have done earlier? Because instead of new Pokemon, it's just regional variants of Pokemon. I assume that's what the Sensu, Pow Pow, and Pom Pom styles are. Regional variants.
They're not regional, but they're part of They're like native to different areas. Like for example, some birds like in real life there's different kinds of crows. For example, like in North America we have the North American crow, and in Japan they have the Japanese crow.
I got what you mean. So like, instead of making them 4 Pokemon, they're just all 4 Pokemon with similar name and a similar food.
Yeah, but they kind of have different typings.
Oh, okay,
And-
yeah. Sensu is ghost flying.
Yes.
How is psychic flying? Pom Pom is electric flying, and the regulars. Oh, they're Eevee. They're Eevee, but there's no There's no Eevee.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Eevee's the best Pokemon, so I guess I can understand why they make it Eevee too.
Yeah, Eevee is the best.
Most flexible Pokemon, more flexible than Ditto. The funny thing is, the only thing is that Eevee will never evolve naturally.
I guess it's true. I guess you have to use like a stone or
Yeah,
or friendship or
yeah, it's all stones, friendship score, and affection. That is the only ways Eevees evolve. They never just evolve naturally with level. There's no steel Eevee, is there?
no. I want it to be a dragon Eevee or a ghost Eevee.
Ooh, Dragon Eevee would be cool. Oh, I'm just reading the Pokédex entries. The first one ever was its genetics code is irregular. It may mutate if it is exposed to radiation from element stones. They all say that its genetic code is irregular until Diamond and Pearl, and that's when they just start saying they evolve to take on different evolutionary forms.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I guess there's just this slight shift away from its that originally Eevee was essentially just what's the word I'm looking for here? When you evolve an Eevee in the original gens, the first 3 gens, you're essentially like mutating the poor thing.
Oh, poor little guy, he's so cute.
Yeah, that's animal abuse. So if you ever evolved your Eevee and you played Pokemon Gen 1 to 3, you should probably reflect on those actions. Especially if you made a Vaporeon, because I don't trust nobody who has Vaporeon.
Yep. Oh yeah, Vaporeon. We all know what that means. Well, and if you don't, consider yourself lucky.
It also, that rant goes on way longer than you think, and it just gets increasingly unhinged.
Yeah, I've seen someone where someone made an AI of Tucker Carlson making that speech, and it's funnier than it's. Oh, hey lady.
You miss us?
Claire!
Would it kill her to smile?
I don't know why I keep calling her by Claire, by the way. Maybe because that's my girlfriend's name, but
Time to move.
I mean, it is actually her character name, too. But, you know what I mean. Yeah, I gotta spend all the Crystarium points. And finally we have a commando in our party again.
Finally.
I mean, I think essentially Hope just got told to sit out.
Yeah, Hope is too much of a doer, I guess.
You know, I kind of get what they were trying to do, because by controlling carefully your party composition, how far you can level, it's really easy to balance. But I'm surprised they didn't think that players would have issues with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of okay now, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that we need a commando,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and we also need a tank. But I think Lightning's a good one, I guess, or be a good tank, or maybe Saz. I don't know.
I think Lightning right now is the only one who can actually tank. I think she has the most health. I guess we'll see in a second.
Guess running's out of the question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she has
think
the most
so.
health. And I have to imagine her defense score is pretty high, since she's the only one with actual combat training. I don't think I check her defense score, or if there is even a defense score to check in this game, but I'm just
I
gonna
don't
assume.
think so. I mean, this system is very bare bones. I mean, there's no real well, there is ways to play the game, but
Yeah, the RPG mechanics are a little lighter on that front. I don't remember there being too. Oh, alright, we still control Saz instead of Lightning at this point.
you ever wonder that? How come Coon doesn't take some of the soldiers to a museum? I guess. I mean, maybe this is where Lightning learned all her combat training from. Like,
Well, oh, why don't... I think the reason they just leave the tech here is because they believe, like, pulse shit's radioactive, because you could turn into a Lassie. So I think they just leave this stuff here and send robots to clean it up occasionally, because they just view any touching of it like touching like radiation.
but who's gonna unradioactify the robots?
The robots going... Oh, well, I mean, I think it's more worry about being turned into a Lassie, so I don't think they're afraid of, like, robots getting turned into a Lassie.
Because robots don't have souls or something.
Yep, they go nowhere when they die. Well, on that note, another easy win at this point. Now that we have a commando, it does look like the battles are going a little quicker and faster since I can actually raise the stakes. I also think when you go into commander, you get a defense boost, like some kind.
Yeah, not
You
as much
definitely
as,
take less damage.
not as much as Sentinel, I believe, but
Well, I think there is a role. I think it's like Guardian or Sentinel or something, and that's the highest defense. Like, remember correctly, in this game there is no block or guard. The only defense option is to go into Sentinel mode to reduce incoming damage. You ever gone to a Tim Hortons?
me? Yeah, of course. I'm Canadian.
I mean, I'm just curious, are the donuts really that good?
They kind of gotten worse in recent years. Like, I don't know. I have not been going in since I became a vegetarian like a decade ago.
Go.
Well, is it like a capitalism thing where like they start using cheaper ingredients to save money so now their donuts suck, or is it...
I don't recall.
Fair enough.
I mean, Tim Hortons has always been Tim Hortons. It's always been there. I mean, it's like the equivalent of Starbucks or McDonald's, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably sounds like McDonald's. It's never gonna go out of business. Well, that's not true. Everything eventually goes out of business, but it's gonna occur on such a time scale or require such a sea change in the nature of how the industry works that it's not foreseeable. As accountants call it, it's a going concern. That's kind of the weird thing too about accountancy.
I will say there's better places to get that food from.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Like, A&W is pretty good.
I think we have those down here.
Yeah, I think
I've never
Canada's a
actually
good one,
been.
though.
You know, the wild thing is I want to try out this pad Thai place, but I'm going out for dinner tonight, so I thought I'd go there and just order some lunch. I don't know what's up with the pad Thai place. It's only open from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
Oh, it's like a small business because it's like that sometimes.
I guess it's going to be my dinner tomorrow night instead then. But I never knew what Thai food was like, and then I decided to look at their menu, and apparently it's mostly just shrimp, and I love shrimp.
Oh, I mean, like, you never had Thai food like before? I mean...
No, never did.
Oh, I've always had Thai food ever since I was a little kid.
Well, I think you're also on the West Coast, so you're probably closer to Angel Island and
Angel Island, or
Angel Island? Oh, Angel Island. That's an American thing. That's Ellis Island on the West Coast.
Oh, I never heard of it.
I mean, yeah. Most people don't know about it as much as Ellis Island, but Angel Island was the West Coast equivalent. I mean, obviously, they shut it down, like, I think in the 40s, but, you know, it's just a way of saying, like, probably there's a lot of immigrants from Thailand. It's probably probably less European immigrants, more immigrants from East and Southeast Asia. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
because that's how it is in America, at least.
Well, there's a lot of Japanese restaurants in Vancouver, like, it's kind of like McDonald's, I guess. It's like wherever you go, there's a Japanese restaurant nearby.
Oh, I'd love that. I love Japanese food. Because I just love seafood. I don't know why, I just love seafood. Usually, you know, I'm half Italian, so I just love the dish of 7 fishes we have every year for Christmas.
Oh, so what is that? It's like a native, I guess, or?
Oh, what? The 7 fishes?
Yes.
Oh, it's just an old tradition. You have 7 fish dishes on Christmas Eve. Let's see. I'll tell you what they are in a second. So.
I never heard of that.
Yep, happens on Christmas Eve. A feast of 7 fishes, and I forget what the 7 fishes are. So I'll just remind myself right now. Okay, it just has to be a dish of 7 fishes, so it's not set. Because usually we have fried calamari, we have shrimp, we have this delicious fish sauce my mom makes. It's so good. Honestly, it's why I like Christmas Eve more than Christmas Day. Is just all this free seafood.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never cooking for it.
Hurry up.
It is funny if whoever chooses to host the holidays is rewarded by having to pay for it themselves. That's a little weird when you think about it.
Well, I mean, for buying holiday traditions, we usually have a little potluck for. So we just found that we usually bring something.
I see. Yeah, we don't do potlucks, so I guess people do generally bring a dish with them.
Oh, so that's a big thing.
And that's bad for us, isn't it?
You have eyes, don't you?
So here comes the boss fight of the area. Sorry, say that again?
It's quite a big boy.
Yeah, the Dreadnought is a big mecha fight.
Hold it together.
You know, Vanille did not take that much damage, but she sounded like she was dying. It actually confused me for a second.
Yeah, the voice acting for Neil was kind of weird, I should say, because it kind of sounds like he's in sort of like an adult game for some reason. Like,
Sorry, say that again?
it kind of sounds like he's in some sort of hentai game.
Yeah, well, I do think I remember reading that they instructed her to try to act more like the Japanese actress. And I know in a lot of Japanese recordings, there's usually more little sound effects characters make to complement their actions. And it did come off a little lewd when that was translated. At least my turtling here makes sense. At least it's a boss fight.
Changing gear.
Yeah, you gotta get buffed and you gotta hit the guy hard.
Gotta get swole up. Come on. I remember this fight not really being difficult at all, to be honest. We're gonna launch this guy? I actually don't remember how you launch people.
You go into commando and you get a launch ability, I guess. I don't think that's on until later.
Ah.
Like I think chapter 5?
Oh, next chapter we get the launch ability?
I recall it was when Hope and Lady are in some sort of garden.
Thought we were goners.
Then that would be chapter 5. That's the Bamblin Gardens.
Incoming.
Ooh, now it's back.
Oh, it's a JRPG boss. You think it was going to have one phase? And of course we lose all our buffs. But if we took damage, actually I think it does heal, so I guess it's bad. You know, I think about it, a game like FF13 where they heal you after every round of the fight means multi-round fights really aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I've recently gone back to play some older RPGs after playing this, and I missed the auto healing.
Quality of life improved a lot. You know, when I played Kingdom Hearts, I must have watched that cutscene right before Riku, the second Riku boss fight, like at least 1,000 times because of how often I died.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I don't understand what goes on in those games. I mean, I tried.
Well, my friend Meg was humongously into Kingdom Hearts, and I played the first 3. That's KH1, Chain of Memories, and KH2, because I know it's a little confusing of a numbering system. I actually kind of wish the gameplay in Final Fantasy Remake was a little closer to Kingdom Hearts, because it is a very fun gameplay style. I just realized I just said Final Fantasy Remake, and that just made me think, imagine if they did do a full-on remake of the original Final
Well, they
Fantasy.
kind of did. Stranger in Paradise.
Stranger in Paradise, isn't that one, though, where you're playing, like, the bad guys? You're not actually playing...
I mean, let's just say kinda.
Yeah. Like, I was aware of that one, but I just don't count it mentally. But I guess it is an answer of how they would try to make the story a story instead of just an outline of events with no characters.
Well, they did try something like that with Final Fantasy III, but that didn't really work out very well.
True. Right, they did do that. I forgot about that. I mean, I feel like Final Fantasy... I would like to see them just make a traditional turn-based game, but just make it really polished. Like, if they did Final Fantasy X style, like, you know, really, a really polished version of the SNES games, which is kind of what 10 was, would be really cool. And with an overworld, because I kind of miss overworlds.
Yeah, me too.
I guess they did Bravely Default.
Oh, we got something.
Oh yeah, we can now level up even more.
Pulse is crawling with things like that, isn't it?
I mean, old war machines, maybe.
Not even the Corps has access to intel on Pulse. Soldiers in the field fight blind.
That seems
Yeah.
bad idea.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
But don't you need to know
like, what if
exactly
a real Pulse guy like shows up right now? It could be like,
You
Yeah,
seem
it
like to
feels-
keep it simple.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, a person from Pulse could be
As long as
right
you have a goal,
in your party right now.
fight.
You can stay alive.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like they thought this through. So all their soldiers don't know
Oh,
how to
okay.
fight their opponents. Oh, upgrading equipment. I don't think I ever do this, because I'm so bad at this. I am like the worst at practice.
Yeah, I think you have to do it like when you get to the end game, but I mean, when you're doing the post game, which is basically trying to farm for upgrading all your weapons, and that is hell. Do not do that.
You have to upgrade all the weapons too.
No, just only
To max?
only the
Oh.
first tier, I guess. So
Oh, okay.
This looks like easy going.
I wonder.
Because that would be wild.
I wonder where
'Cause
this
each
goes.
one levels up to 99.
I'm gonna scout ahead.
I feel like a lot of people have said they're going to scout ahead, but I stay in front of them like almost the whole time. I think we're actually nearing the end of part 1.
Yeah.
So I think I stopped it not too long after this boss fight. But first, I guess I actually am going to upgrade some equipment.
Well, see, if you like, want to get, this gladius up to tier 3, you kind of have to use whatever, how many, stuff, then it upgrades to, like, tier 2, and then you have to use a trapezoid on to get to that to tier 3.
You know, I realized one reason why this is a little unsatisfying. Because there's nothing in the plot that justifies why I can upgrade my equipment right now.
Yeah.
Like, we just... Yeah. Yeah, like, all we did was just fight some random robot. You know, if in the plot we were saving somebody and they give us access to the upgrades, it might make sense.
Also, this is, I mean, it's kind of boring to, like, sit through. I mean, when I did it, I usually had an
Yeah.
audiobook on, so I just listened to that while doing that.
I might, in Chapter 5, I think I'm going to start. If I'll edit things down more, I think what I'm going to do is cut out any battle I just don't think is significant.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we're here into the
Oh.
ending cutscene, by the way.
Not much of a future for us, huh?
Hard to picture a happy ending.
We don't even know where to go.
I do.
Huh?
There.
Eden?
Wait, so where's this, like,
The sanctum
so
seat of power.
Eden is up in the sky, so,
Oh, that's a great idea. Just charge right in there. Give him a taste of Lassie terror. You're serious?
Keep running. It's die or turn Seath. There's no place for Lassie to hide. No. They want to fight. Let's take it to the Sanctum's door.
Yeah. Destroy, take down the
That's for damn sure.
fantasy papacy, because that's basically what they are.
Lassie took her. Now I'm a Lassie too. And the Sanctum's hunting me, an enemy of the state. But who's pulling their strings?
oh, that's a good question.
Eden. Cocoon's sustainer and guiding light.
The main god of them all.
It probably
Sort of.
ordered the purge too. Pulse and Sanctum Fal'Cie, they're all the same. And we're all the same to them. Expendable. I'm not dying a Fal'Cie slave.
So, what are you gonna do?
Destroy it.
By yourself? Are you crazy?
You know, actually, it is nice to take a moment to take in this scene, because,
Satisfaction? Something happens
one,
to
I
Eden,
love this
it's
song.
lights out, Cocoon.
Yeah,
Like, this
it's nice
theme-
song. I mean,
You want that?
I listen to the soundtrack like every once in a while on YouTube, and it's pretty nice.
Sarah, she said to save Cocoon. It might even be our focus to make sure Cocoon's...
Our focus doesn't matter. I don't take orders from Fal'Cie. How I live is up to me.
In a way, I understand what she's trying to say, but that is basically what she's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty ironic once you get to later games.
Better
I
to
mean,
pick your path and keep moving.
I don't
No,
know if you
it's also
played
true,
later
but-
games, but
Don't worry.
if you know,
I
you
am.
know.
I
I'm
played.
Sanctum. I'm not out to
Oh,
destroy
sorry.
the world. If it did come
Oh,
to that,
okay. So I played 13.2 and 13.3, so I do know what you mean by that. But I just meant it's just ironic because, in a way, just choosing to run off and die and try to destroy the government is still playing very much into the hands of what the Fal'Cie
When the
wanted.
fear sank in, it tore us all apart.
Yeah, they want to destroy Cocoon too. I mean,
Light
or so it
was suffering.
seems.
Right, it's like they want you to destroy Cocoon as well, so you're really just, it's not really freedom, you're still doing what they want. You know, in a way, there really is no free choice. Technically the only free choice would be choosing to do nothing and not doing anything, but of course that would just perpetuate the cycle, so that's not a good solution.
I don't know what I should
Because
do.
sometimes ideals and what's the good idea aren't the same thing. But I can also get that frustration. Like, she is basically going like,
You keep pushing me like
yeah, this is gonna kill me, but at least I'll die on my terms instead of being like a slave to some god who views us all as pets.
Oh, so anything else you want to add, or do we have any like Q&A? I think it's been a
Oh,
while.
I'm gonna do that in part 2. I actually don't think I got the screenshots. So I think unless you want to chat a bit about what happened in the chapter, I think we're good.
No, I don't. I mean, I think I covered most of it.
Yeah, I guess it's a little different because you actually have played this game already, so it's not less picking your brain about where do you think the plot's going to go. You know all the way about how 13.3 ends, so not much you're going to get from that.
Yeah, I mean, still.
I mean, I actually
Yeah.
don't remember too much what happens next. Just the key moments. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Still, I wonder, how are they gonna get all the way up there to like Eden? I mean, it's all the way up in the sky. They don't have They don't have a plane or anything. I guess I could borrow one.
Well, I mean, it's also a Final Fantasy. So there's one thing they're guaranteed to get.
Oh yes. We just need to find a guy named Sid.
Yep. Well, just gotta find Sid. Well, I mean, I guess if that's everything, I think we'll see you for part 2, where we'll answer some of your questions that you probably forgot. I mean, let's be honest, no one... I think when I post this, no one is going to watch it, but because it's been too long. But, hey, if you are watching this,
Yes.
thanks.
Please excuse my annoying voice.
Your voice isn't annoying. Don't be like that.
Yeah.
Well, talk to you later.
Yep. See ya. Bye, everyone. Take care.